Well, hi guys and gals, and welcome to
Life in Huatulco.
Let's Get Serious. So get your paper and pencil and stay tuned. Number one is to stay current with your IRS filing. Just because you're moving doesn't mean that you're abandoning the United States of America. You're still a citizen of the United States of America. They're still probably giving you your Social Security, and you need to stay current with your taxes. I say IRS, but some of you may have a house that you've closed up like you used to do for the winters. You still have to do your taxes, or you may live in a state where you have to pay state income tax. And you've probably researched ways to change residency by now because you've been researching this for a while, and that can be done to a state that does not take state income tax. Number two, check the restrictions. If you receive a government assistance, abide by those rules. That means if you have some type of Social Security we worked for, we can live where we want. Disability, I'm told that you can live where you want to live. But SSI, I believe it's SSI, and you cannot be out of the country for more than 30 days. Then don't do it. You're not coming to Mexico to live under stress and to hide out. If you need to go back to the United States every 30 days, you look into the rulings. I don't know them, but abide by them. Number three, set up a digital service so that you can get your mail. What does that mean exactly? Well, if you have a digital mailing service, you can literally go online and read your mail each day or once a week, and you read your mail. The junk mail is automatically deleted. You don't pay for that if you have certain services. Some services you have to pay for that. And if you've ever given money to a church or a donation, you know how much junk mail you get. You don't want to have to pay for that, okay? Because your name is sold by foundations, I think, for donations. But the service that I'm using does not charge me for junk mail. I look at the mail every day. Now, when you're looking at the mail, you can hit shred it. They'll already scan it for you. If you see the envelope, you tell them to scan it for some services, and then you can look at it and actually print it if you need it. And if your bank cards come in, you just ask them to FedEx it or DHL it to you in the country that you're in. That's the way digital nomads travel the world and receive their bank cards and their mail, and that's the way they do that. Even their W-2 forms, they can get it online and they can have it sent to them if they need it sent to them, or they can print it. So you need to get yourself a mailing service, okay? And you need to get with that because you have to sign a notary. You don't want to sign a notary once you leave the country. It's too expensive and it's a hassle. Just don't go there. But it's so inexpensive to have a notary sign something in the United States and mail that to the mailing service so that they can take care of your mail. If not, they don't have permission from the government. And that makes sense. Number four, you want to make sure that the cell phone that you're taking is unlocked. And that can be a nightmare. Even our son he knows more about that than we do. And he went with us to Ashland, and he went with us to Huntington. And we went online, and supposedly our new iPhones, we bought them. We didn't owe anything on them to any phone service. We go to Best Buy, and they were unlocked. Guess what? When we got to Mexico, they weren't unlocked. So find out, be real sure that your phones are unlocked. So number 5, you need to research which is the right city for you. So that means if you know no Spanish, you would want to be in a place where either there's a lot of expats and community centers and volunteer work, and you'll be around people who speak English and can help you, or a place that caters to tourists. Now, some of the people that we've interviewed and live down there, their translator is their phone, and they do just fine. And the other thing you need to be sure about is if you have a medical issue. If you know, now we're not talking about diabetes. Diabetes is everywhere in Mexico, and doctors everywhere in Mexico now know how to handle blood pressure and diabetes and digestive problems. Or that's not a major medical situation. But if you know you're going to have to be seeing heart doctors, will you move to a city where they have major heart doctors? If you know that you have a problem, arthritis or mobility, or you going to have physical therapy a lot, you make sure that there's chiropractors there or a physical therapist or whatever you need. Make sure it's in the city you're going to. Fred doesn't have a heart problem. He did have 5 bypass, and he's able to go, if he needs to a town an hour and a half away on a bus. There is a doctor who does stress tests and every 2 weeks. So if he ever felt like, maybe I need a stress test, he could do that. It's not that far. But as far as hospital emergency room, we're good where we are now. You need to go to a city with the type of medical attention you need or could need if you already know that's going to be possible in your future. Number 6, be sure and bring your medical records. So start getting those medical records together. Maybe some x-rays or lab tests. Definitely a list of your medications. Those papers that they give you nowadays when you buy medication. They explain them all. Number 7, test the waters. There are different ways to test the water. Really bite the bullet if you need to. Save up for a mini vacation. You find yourself a less expensive, clean hotel. You watch
This video about planning your apartment hunt in Mexico, it will be coming up soon.
And it'll tell you what dates it's raining, what dates the hotel rates are less, what dates more apartments are available in that video. So go to the city where you want to check out. Stay in an inexpensive hotel. That's what we did. We tested the waters, and by the time we left, we were here 7 days. We already had our little apartment that looked horrible and sparse, and the videos are there to see the before and afters. But we paid that rent. We were not going to lose that place, and we're so glad we didn't.
After testing the waters, if you've decided this is what you want to do, then the next step is
go to an immigration office and start step 1. So you go do step 1. Each immigration has different levels of difficulty, okay, for getting through, and how much you need to have monthly in your Social Security or your bank account automatically deposited. So you hunt and search that too. And if you decide, okay, you're going to do the car thing, then come on down. You've already started your procedure.
once you get approved at the Mexican consulate, then you have 180 days to enter Mexico. Once you enter Mexico, you only have 30 days to get to the Mexican immigration. And that process is max 48 hours.
Now, if you're going to do it in the Huatulco state, I do have a gentleman that helps us extremely economically, and he knows what he's doing. He takes the guess out of it and does most everything for you. Try to find a town where you don't need a car. Fred and I are very happy with our ATVs. It does have rainy season, at which time remember that you can WhatsApp. That's the app we use for texting in Mexico, because most phone plans have it free. Even professionals use it. It's not social. It's communication, basic communication. But if it's rainy season, or you walk to the grocery store and you got a lot of groceries to take back, you can just go out and get a cab, or you can use the person you're used to using. You text them and they will pick you up. They will become your partner in wheels, okay? So I know that Mark's done a Driving in Mexico video 1, 2, and 3, and 4 is getting ready to come up. And some of you guys, like Fred, want to drive. You are aching to drive. Get out and hit the road. So if you can get away without a car, I think you would do a lot better. But as we get older, do we want to do that? The buses, once you get your permanent residency in Mexico, you can get Inapan, and the words right there, Inapan, and that's like senior citizen discount on buses, other things too, but buses. And I'm telling you, you guys can hit the road and have a lot of fun together doing that. They don't need a car. You save up for rainy season to be able to use more taxis at that time. Okay, number 9. Really think twice about buying a house or a condo before you're moving. Don't go hunting for a house and buy it, and then you're going to be paying for it, and then you're going to arrive. Really? Or depends how young you are. Depends if you think your offspring are going to want a house to have to take care of in a foreign country. So multiply whatever you've decided that you want to pay for rent by 240. That's 20 years of rent. Look at that and think about it. Is it worth it to tie up all your money in a house and buy a house in another country? Do your kids want a house in another country? Do you want to be paying HOA and fixing water pipes and putting screens on the windows, and you have to paint cement houses very regularly? If you do not paint your cement houses, the cement begins to crumble. Anybody ever tell you that? Now I'm talking about cement here. I don't know about your cement in the United States. But I know I live in a cement house here, and we do keep it painted. So that's 240. You look at that sum, is the legalities that you have to go through, the taxes, the improvements, is it worth it? The headaches, is that worth it? Having to look for men that fix things properly, is that worth it? Or would you like a landlord to do that? We're retiring, folks. So that's what I say. I'm not into it. You may be. It depends on your age. We don't want to be taking care of a house. We've already raised a few houses in our lifetime. So the next thing is be sure and have 2 debit cards. We've talked about this lots of times, I think, in my videos. It's so imperative that you have 2 debit cards. Why? The ATMs are finicky and picky where we live, and they vary. Sometimes they don't want to take MasterCard, and then all of a sudden they're not accepting your bank, and I don't know what it's all about. It has to do with finances and international finances, I can tell you that right now, and may have to do with the dollar and peso exchange if the bank wants to mess with it right then. I don't know, but you need to have 2 debit cards. And to be able to transfer funds between them, you need to do that. And credit unions and a lot of bank cards now are international fee free. So do not go with just one egg in your basket. It may not hatch. Okay, the next one is beware. It's a big beware. Ready? Do not obligate your budget from paycheck to paycheck. We're trying to get out of that, right? I mean, that's why we're moving here. Some of us, most of us, are tired of the financial stress. We are downsizing to have a simple life. So, on your budget, you've written out your budget surely by now, that budget needs to be only half of the money that you have available. If you can afford a $500 a month rent, easy peasy. Don't do it. Find one for less. Why? Well, the food won't go up, but that's not the fear. The fear is that the dollar changes. So, we pay about $152 a month for our studio apartment. If that doubles, which is a big change, but I've seen it happen. I have lived that when Mark was a child. It just doubled, So if it does change where I have to pay the rent of $300 a month, but I'm not under that stress. I kind of simulate it to when we lived in Houston. I was a flight attendant, and I was worried during hurricane season, I'm going to have a home when I get back, Well, it's the same stress. Am I going to always be able to pay my rent? Because what if the dollar and the peso change? Yes, I'll be able to, because I did what this video is telling you. Only obligate your spending budget to half of what you're able to pay. Solution. Okay, so the next one is, don't give up your stateside apartment, trailer, house until you go back down and check at least for a week and see if that's what you like. And if you find something that you like and you feel that's where you want to be, and it's affordable. Ours was. I think we used to pay $125. So we figured $125. Oh yeah, we can save that by not going to McDonald's and buying drinks on the highway. We'll just carry our go bottle. And so we got that immediately. And if that's what you find, the place that you want, that you think that is a good starter place for you, it's a stepping stone, grab it. Go to Facebook and look for groups and type in, for example, expats in Merida, expats in San Miguel, expats in Huatulco, expats in Guadalajara. And once you start searching like that, good old Facebook will start telling you about more and more groups in that area that you're looking for. So you start doing that, and you don't have to put questions in. You can just read and read and read and scroll down and see what the questions were a year ago. And those are people who probably already live there, and they're going to have some mighty good hints and explanations for you. So start looking for Facebook groups in the cities that you're thinking about. And then you can say, for example, is this city hard on asthma? You'll get people who will tell you, yeah, my husband had to move, So check your Facebook groups, okay? Okay, the other one is from people who need to be on the first floor. They don't climb stairs. Some don't walk very well without a cane. Some ask me if the streets are scooter friendly, if the stores have scooters. Well, I suppose some cities do. I've asked my son, we've never seen a grocery store with a scooter. In Mexico, families and loved ones take care of their people. Not the government doesn't take care of them. Anyway, you're not going to have the streets that you would probably have, or the parking lots that you would have, or the vans that pick people up that have wheelchairs. People take care of their own family here. Now, if you have a husband or a wife or a sibling or someone coming with you that's going to be able to always help you, go for it. I just did a video on hotels, and just 5 hotels in our area. And the reason I made the video, because I got so many people saying we need a hotel that's ground floor only, and those are not easy to find. So I did find some inexpensive, clean ground floor that's how come I know. They don't walk stairs. Finding an apartment ground floor, that's a hard one. So it's gonna take a little longer. I didn't say it was impossible. It's hard. Why? Because most people have the apartment that they rent on top of their own home or their own business, or the bottom floor is already taken for years and years and years. So if you have a walking disability, you need to be really sure what town you're going to go in. It's going to have to be pretty much Americanized. Now, I will say that ladies who come here and can't walk very much or very far, they suddenly find they can walk very far, little more every day. Because I don't know if it's the joy of it all, the warmth on your joints, the good food that's not junk food, because we can finally afford real food to cook in our homes, the juices that are natural without all those chemicals that you can't even read on the back of the label. I don't know that there's no stress, that you just sleep better because there's no financial stress and monsters of junk mail over your head. And I don't know what it is, but people do begin to be walkers and enjoy the heck out of it when they come to the coastal area. And probably I've heard the same in Oaxaca. They like to walk in the coolness of it, and some of them in the suburban areas where they have streams and wood trails. So I'm talking about people that just really can't walk. You'll have to make your own decision. Test the waters, come and see, but bring somebody with you if you're having a walking issue. And the last thing I want to say that's on the list: enjoy retirement. You know what? Retirement is not meant to be a survival boot camp, battle, struggle. It's time that we can enjoy life, ask God what we have to give back. That's what that's about. And you'll always find a way to give back and enjoy life. We have lots of volunteering. And you can volunteer online. There are ways. You can write a book. You can paint. You can learn to dance. You can do exercise at the beach. You can go hiking. You can go on bus trips. You can learn names of birds. You can become a photographer with your cell phone. Life is waiting for you to discover. Let's get serious about it. If you've decided to do this, these are the serious suggestions, okay? Bye for now.
And be sure to read this disclaimer. It's also in descriptions below. That's it. Be sure to subscribe to learn about life in Huatulco and to learn about retiring in Mexico also, because we do share 25 years experience with you. Do you need a virtual mailbox so you can take care of business and personal communication on a daily basis? Are you interested in expat or nomad insurance that's highly affordable? Click our links below. We'll be back soon.
Retired in Mexico.